Hi, the doctor's in. I'm Dr. LB, and I'm here to help you through your math difficulties. Today, we look at multiplicity of zeros, the intermediate value theorem, and turning points. So, for polynomials, the multiplicity of a zero is how many times it appears as a zero. Now, this is going to give us some information about the graph of a polynomial function. If x is a zero with even multiplicity, then the graph is going to touch the x-axis at that zero and it's going to turn around. If x is a zero of odd multiplicity, then the graph is going to cross the x-axis at that zero. So let's look at a couple of examples. Let's find the multiplicity of the polynomials and let's talk about what happens at those zeros. We have f of x equals x minus 5 times x plus 7 to the fourth power. So if we set this equal to 0, x minus 5 is 0, means x is 5, and the multiplicity of this 0 is 1. So we can conclude that that the graph will cross the x-axis at that 0. X plus 7 to the fourth equals 0 means x is negative 7. It has multiplicity 4. It occurs 4 times. This is an even number, so the graph is going to touch the x-axis at x equals negative 7, and it's going to turn around. Now in this problem, everything was already factored out for us. Let's look at another problem. Here is not factored out for us. We have x cubed plus 4x squared plus 4x, and we're going to solve, so let's put an equal 0 there. If you notice, we have a greatest common factor of x, so we can bring that out. We're left with x squared plus 4x plus 4 is 0. And then we can factor x squared plus 4x plus 4 is x plus 2 times x plus 2. So we have x times x plus 2 squared equals 0. So x will be 0. It has multiplicity 1. So it is going to cross the x-axis at that point. X equals negative 2 has multiplicity 2 because of that power there. So it is going to touch the x-axis at negative 2 and turn around. So the intermediate value theorem states that if f is a polynomial with real coefficients and f of a and f of b have opposite signs, then there is a value c between a and b such that f of c is 0. Basically what this means is that if you have a function value that's positive and another function value that's negative, the only way that you're going to get from one function value to the other one is by crossing through 0. Okay, so that makes sense. You have a positive value, you have a negative value. You're going to have to cross somewhere through 0 to get from one to the other. And that's what the intermediate value theorem is about. Turning points of polynomials. This can be a good way to check your graph. It says if f is a polynomial of degree n, then the graph has at most n minus 1 turning points. So at most n minus 1 turning points means the most you can have is n minus 1, but you can have less than that. So it's not a definite, but it does tell you at most how many you can have. So if I look at the graph here of x to the fifth minus 5x cubed plus 7x plus 1, we can see that here we're increasing, we go to decreasing. That's one turning point. This is the second turning point. That's a third turning point. and that's a fourth turning point. So here we have 4 turning points. And because of this statement, then we know that here you can have at most 4 because the degree of the polynomial is 5. So remember that Dr. LB is always in. Please come back for more math help.